Good morning everyone, cue the squinty eyes. Today we are recreating a makeup artist look, and this is a look I see everywhere. Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, people recreating it. The makeup artist Shaaanxo, I hope I said that correctly, she did an updated like how-to video, so you know what that means. We're gonna try and recreate her entire look. I'm gonna watch the TikTok video with you guys and do everything step by step. These makeup looks are unreal. I love the soft glam, but it's like soft glam but not soft glam. It's like soft glam, dramatic glam merged together somehow. Don't ask me how that works in my brain. It's like full glam but it still looks really soft and light.
There's one thing that all of these makeup looks have in common. I did them. As a professional makeup artist, one of my favorite things to do is a soft and snatched baddie glam. Welcome to the art of the baddie glam. I'm going to be teaching you a signature soft glam baddie makeup look. Prep that skin. You want it to be hydrated. This is the skin prep combo that I went with today.
Alright, she used an eye treatment, a milk, I think that is this Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, and also some like exfoliating things. Right, I'm just going to use what I have. I think I've got a lot of products that she does use further on in the video, but for now we'll just like use what we've got. Hopefully this doesn't set off my skin, but we have these Centella Relief Green toner pads by Numbuzin. Is that how you say this brand name? Inside you get like a little tong. I'm just gonna take off the protective seal. Calm irritation, reduce redness, and hydrate. Good for sensitive, reactive skin, people dealing with acne, redness, post-breakout. Oh, this literally sounds perfect. If you didn't know, I've been dealing with perioral dermatitis, so my skin's been a little bit more sensitive than normal. Let's be for real, like I would usually just use my fingers, but we'll be hygienic today for the video. La la. It feels very, very wet and slimy. Which side should I be using? I don't even know, whatever. Yes, I have a black eye right now. Slightly. It was worse looking. I got some like hyaluronic acid injections under my eye. I'm doing like 3 or 4 sessions. I am filming it at the end of my treatment. I'm gonna like share results slash like if it does anything. Some people reckon it doesn't. I feel like I already look brighter under the eyes, but maybe it's placebo. I'm gonna keep doing it. But yeah, I got a little bit of a bruise. This feels real nice. Some eye cream. This is the MAC Hyper Real. I've pumped out way too much. I love this eye cream though. I love this line, the Hyper Real from MAC. I need to top up on the primer. I haven't gotten around to it because I've got that many freaking primers in my drawer. Literally probably like 20 plus. So I've been like putting it off to try and use what I have, but I do really like it. I'm sure I'll get around to it eventually. Okay, and then we'll do the milk and then we'll do some moisturizer. I've got this one. I bought it because I saw it on ads on TikTok. I was so influenced. My skin is feeling so good right now, holy. And then moisturizer. This feels like a lot. Are we priming after this? I can't remember. Like I watched this video like a week ago, but I'm gonna trust the process. We're using this one today. I'm not gonna use too much. Look at the color, it is so cool. Just a nice thin even layer all over. She's right though, skin prep is everything. If I skimp out and I just go straight into doing my makeup without like a good moisturized base, I genuinely feel like the makeup on top feels so much heavier. It's so weird because you'd think like more products and everything would make your skin feel heavier, but I don't know. I feel like it's worth it. We're gonna do shade 6. This is what I'm using for my palette. She's got a proper one. Flat brush. This is a concealer brush.
And now taking a little bit of concealer on a flat brush, I'm gonna go right under this brow.
It's funny because this is the exact thing I used to do, but I haven't done it in a long time. I always used to use concealer all over and set it with powder like she is. I feel like I don't do that anymore, so I'm excited to see how this turns out.
A fluffy brush and bring that concealer down onto the lid. This is gonna act as our eyeshadow base. Taking a little more on the fluffy brush and just focusing it right on my lid.
The last video I did following someone else's makeup was a Vogue recreation. I'll link that video below for you if you want to go watch that next. I love doing recreation videos. I find them so fun. I always learn something new.
I'm gonna set the lid down. One of my favorite pro tricks is to use a powder puff and a powder foundation. This just gives the most flawless base, but you can use a loose powder too.
I'm interested to see if this is gonna be too heavy on my eyelid skin. I already feel like it's showing up a little bit more texture than I normally visibly get, you know, when I'm doing my makeup. To trust the process, I guess. I'm just gonna use this little pad to like clean up the powder that I just got under my eye. Oh my gosh, I really like those pads. They feel so nice. It looks like she's using a matte bronzer. So I'm gonna go in with this one that I just have on my desk right now. It's the airbrush bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade medium. It looks like she's just using like a little fluffy brush.
I want you to take your favorite bronzer and put that all over your crease with a fluffy brush. gonna be our groundwork color. This is gonna be the color that brings everything together. Don't be scared to bring it a little bit into the start of your brow here and all throughout the lid like this.
For the next step, I'm going to use this huge palette, Blend Away 2022. So you don't have to guess how old this palette is, I guess. A little bit warmer and a little bit darker than my bronzer. So I'm thinking maybe one of these two colors down here, maybe even a mixture of the both of them.
Next color needs to be a little warmer and a little darker than this. One of my favorite shades is this one in the Makeup by Mario palette. Again, now I'm gonna run this color through my crease. When you get to the end of your eye, I want you to just wing it out a little bit. This is gonna give you that nice snatched eye effect.
Definitely feel very heavy and powdery on the lids right now. Like even as I blend, it's like my eyelids are so much drier than they used to be back in the day. This one's a little pinker and then that one's a little bit more like yellowy. I'm actually thinking maybe the pinker one.
And place this on my lid. You can do this with your powder foundation too. I do that all the time. I'm gonna place this with a flat brush right onto the lid. As you can see, I'm just patting it, which is also lightly blending and buffing it into the bronzy tone.
Have I got enough like bronze on my eye? I followed her instructions. Does this look dramatic enough? See, the thing about her is she's got like eyelash extensions or something on, and so her eyes look so beautiful and like defined, whereas I don't. So I feel like it looks a bit different right now, but I think I just need to trust the process, and by the time I get to the like mascara and lashes, it'll probably come together. For the next step, she's doing winged liner. I'm gonna use the Tarte brown liner because I have this one or a Chic Glam one in the same kind of formula she's using, but my Chic Glam one, I feel like it transfers sometimes. I don't want to risk it. I feel like maybe this one does as well, but I'm just gonna try this one. You know what? No. Can you see inside this? That's either like separated formula or like some kind of weird mold. So we're not going to put that near our eyes, okay? Hopefully that's just like waxes or something separating, but yeah, just to be on the safe side, I'm not going to use that. She said you can use like a powder eyeshadow. Well, maybe I just go ahead with a brown eyeliner. It can't make that much of a difference, right? I mean, gel eyeliners do look so nice and silky, but you know, I'm not about to give myself pink eye for the sake of a makeup video. I'm doing my best to copy the shape she's doing.
I'm gonna use a gel liner. This is the Cacao liner from Kryolan, and it is the prettiest reddish brown color. If you're not good at eyeliner, just go in with a little bit of eyeshadow and wing that out. This is what the wing that I created looks like.
I just messed up that side, but it's okay because her next trick is how to clean it up.
Now take a thin brush and a little bit of eye cream or a makeup wipe. This is my preferred way. And I take this and I just clean up the edge. It's gonna give you such sharp results.
Maybe I was onto something before by using this, like similar, you know, it does the similar thing to the eye cream. I'm just gonna tap the excess like goo from the pad under my eyes, just a little bit extra hydration. I feel like this technique is really cool, but I feel like it ruined the wing on this side, like it made it real short. So I'm just gonna try and make it bigger. Okay. That worked. That's surprising. Okay, I do feel like the eye makeup's coming together. Trust the process. I'm just going to use a small amount of primer because I do feel like my skin can handle it right now. I'm not feeling greasy or anything. All of the skincare I used before has like well and truly settled. This is an illuminating primer. It's not super like shimmery or anything though, which is nice. Just gives a little bit of something. And we're using full coverage foundation today. Man, this eyeliner's annoying me a little bit. It's a bit crooked, but I do feel like if I keep messing with it though, it's just gonna be a bad idea. Do you see what I mean? Like it's a little bit like lumpy right there. I don't know what happened.
Foundation, choose something that has good coverage for you. You want a very flawless base. Today I'm gonna use the Anastasia. Just make sure that it has coverage. We're not using a skin tint. And I always use a brush for my foundation so I could get the most coverage possible.
It doesn't look like she's worrying too much about her under eye area, so I'm just gonna avoid that area for now, I guess, because there's no way she's not gonna conceal soon. I will link her full tutorial TikTok down below for you guys if you want to go follow her, and if you want to see the entire video without me stopping and starting and, you know, recreating it, you know, if you just want like the actual tutorial. Alright, is that full coverage enough? I feel like I could put more on for more coverage, but I also don't know what the heck we're doing next. I can't remember, and I'm scared that it's gonna end up like too much. I might just stop there. I can always add some more later. I hope we do our eyebrows soon because I'm feeling a bit like strange. Anyway, I'm going to use a Milani cream bronzer. I really like this one. This one is in the shade Spilling Tea. I'm going to use a bronzer brush. These are synthetic bristles, so even though they look like natural hair, like they still work really well for creams.
Cannot do a baddie glam without being sculpted and bronzed, so this step is one of the most important. Unless you have a really small forehead, you want to start on the forehead and really build up the warmth there. This is going to give you such a beautiful look when it's all blended out. And then I also take it and connect it right into that eyeshadow. I love using a fluffy brush because I can really push and blend the product at the same time.
I really like that technique, how it connects with the eyeshadow. That looks really pretty. I'm literally like tapping it on top of my eyebrow a little bit. I feel very extremely bronzed, but I think it's because I've only done the forehead so far. It looks crazy.
I'm going a little higher than where my natural cheekbone is to give us that lifted look. Using a clean brush, I'm pressing this in upward motions. Never forget to do your jawline.
This brush is clean. I located the blush users in my new stuff drawer. I'm excited to give this a try actually. I don't think I've tried any of the Huda ones yet, even though I've had them in my collection for ages. Oh my gosh. Is it just me or does that smell good? I'm just using the wrapping from before as well.
Starting with Huda Beauty Bubblegum, I'm going to take this and place it on the highest point of my cheekbone, blend into the under eye slightly. I do this in thin layers and build it up until I'm happy with the color.
This looks so weird to me right now. I feel like her skin looks so much glowier than mine. Maybe the finish of her foundation's a bit different, or maybe it's just the lighting difference. This is definitely very different to how I do my blush, and also like the order of the steps is so different, and she just layers it up until she likes it, I guess. Guys, I can't get it out and I'm so scared it's about to like burst. Like I'm squeezing it so hard.
And I usually take a blush that's a little bit more pigmented and build that up on top. This is obviously optional, but I'm a blush girly through and through. This is Bubble by Persona and it's one of my favorite pink blushes.
I feel like I've overdone it, but once again, I'm going to trust the process. I don't know if this is like for my face shape. I don't know if she does this. I'm just using my bronzer brush to blend the edges. So it's like blending a little bit better into the bronzer. Trust the process, Shannon. Everything is fine.
I'm going to take a little bit and put it into your bronzer like that. Is that too much? This is just going to make everything look really, really cohesive. Use a sponge if you need to melt everything together.
Okay, that did do a little bit of something.
Conceal, I'm starting with my Hourglass concealer. This shade is closer to my skin tone. And I'm going to take a concealer brush and focus this right under the eye. Not going too far into the blush because we're going to blend that out. Don't forget to highlight your T-zone. This is going to bring the brightness forward so your face looks snatched and bright in the center.
I don't know if I've gone like outward enough with the concealer. I feel like I've not used enough concealer or something. Hers looks so much like creamier and juicier than mine. I am using a different concealer. I'm using this.
Take a little bit of concealer on an angled brush and go right underneath that liner, and that's going to give you a super snatched and lifted look. If you feel like you need a little more blush, now's the perfect time to slightly add it back in.
I'm just adding a little bit more blush that's already on my brush, and I think I might just sandwich that down again with my sponge because I feel like that works the best on my skin right now rather than all the brushes. I feel like it's just making me look a bit cakey, whereas the sponge flattens it without like kicking up any texture, you know. I feel like hers looks so much smoother and nicer than mine. Let's continue anyway.
Taking the smallest amount of this House Labs concealer right in the inner corner just to brighten me up a little bit more, and I love to use a small fluffy brush so I can just blend it. Before you set, you want to take your sponge and blend everything together lightly. The shade of powder is totally up to you. You can do a pink powder, you can do a very light powder or a bright powder. I'm going to use something in between. This is Huda Beauty Cupcake. Place it on a puff, make sure it's in an even layer, so just tap off any excess, and we're going to press everything down. I'm even taking it over the cheek here. That's a little closer to my skin tone without the pinky shade. This is Huda Beauty Pound Cake. I'm just going to use this for the outer areas of my face.
Oh my god, I feel literally crazy. It does feel like a lot. I feel very filtered though. Like I feel very like literally an inbuilt beauty filter at this stage. It's been a while since I've used the loose Huda Beauty powders, but they are so good.
I want you to take that same bronzer that we used in the crease, and this is where everything's going to start to tie together. We're going to go over the areas that we put our cream bronzer.
Am I allowed to contour my nose?
And place this in those same areas.
The next step is so much blush. I'm panicking a little. I just feel like it's not going to suit me. I think I'll use a couple of shades out of this Made by Mitchell palette. We've got Think Pink here, which is like very bright. I don't know, maybe like a mixture Oh my gosh, I'm doing it.
Blush is my signature thing as a makeup artist, so I always use 2 to 3 tones. I'm tapping that at the highest point of my temples and bringing it slightly under the eye like that.
Getting to the point where I feel like I've got so many powders and layers on that like it's going patchy because there's too many powders. Do you know what I mean? Like, I honestly feel like I'd get a better result on my skin. Obviously everyone's different, but on my skin I feel like it would have been better if I just didn't put powder on top of the blush before, like the loose powder, and I just went straight on top. I feel like it would like grip it better and like not go as patchy.
Right underneath, as you can see, it's a more fuchsia vivid pink. Place it right here, kind of right next to our bronzer.
Holy blush blindness. It's not really blush blindness since I'm copying a tutorial, but for me, like if I just saw myself in an out of body experience wearing this blush, I'd be like, okay, Shannon, tone it down. But it's just because I'm not used to it, I suppose. I don't know, does it look crazy or is it just me? Some people can really pull off like heaps of blush. I'm not sure if I'm that girl. She pulls it off. Okay, more brightening powder under the eye. I'm gonna use this one.
And press it right in this inner corner. Go back to your eyes and just make sure everything is nice and blended. This is your time to perfect everything. Adding a pinky tone highlighter to the blush, it really just starts to bring the skin to life.
Okay, she did her brows. Let me do my brows. Just a quick and simple brows. Just add a little bit of this Mighty Brow Pen just for some extra hair strokes at the front. All right, time to drench.
Any spray you like to use, just make sure it's something that's going to melt your powders in. And I'm going to drench my face.
I'm so drenched that the hairs on my face are standing up, so we'll just wait for that to melt.
Also adding just a little bit of that nude color back on.
She has lash extensions on, right? Because like, why? Obviously I need to put on mascara. I'm like, why have I not done that yet? I'm too like focused and following her thing step by step, forgetting that hello, we are different people. So let me just put on some mascara, maybe a few like individual lashes or something. I'm using my XO Beauty mascara. I'm just gonna do a decent coat of this, make the lashes really pop. Here's what we're looking for before and after. Right, I did individuals all underneath to kind of give me that lash extension look. They are still kind of drying. I'm really impatient. I really want to get to the lips. Maybe I'll do my lips and then I might just add a little bit more mascara on them afterwards. I used a bunch of these Ardell ones, the long ones. They're super, super long, can you see? But it's the only ones that would like kind of show up on my eyes right now. I'm gonna copy her, so I'm gonna use cork if I have cork. Voila. Okay, we got cork. I don't think I've ever used this in my life.
Lip is arguably the most important part of this look. I always go with a brown tone lip liner. Today I'm using Cork by MAC. I slightly overline at the top of my Cupid's bow and underneath. You see how that's just bringing it together already?
Considering how much concealer I have on under my eyes and powder and stuff, it actually looks so smooth. I wonder if that's because of the injections I had or if it genuinely just is okay.
I just blend in with a brush or your finger.
Before I do the lipstick, I'm just going to quickly add a little more mascara onto the falsies. Just bring them out a little. Probably should have just done like a half lash strip, but we're here now. Did she highlight her brow bone? It looks like she did. Maybe I missed it, or maybe she edited it out. I don't know. I'm just going to go back in with the same lid color on the very like high part of my brow, because honestly, you see what I mean? Like it looks bright up there. Sorry, that's a really hard thing to show you in this lighting. Actually, something that'll look a bit more like how hers looks but on me, because Fleshpot does not look that pink on me. I'm gonna use Plain Koi. This is like well expired, discontinued. I really need to recreate this lipstick or something because it's like the perfect baby pink nude.
Then going in with a very nude lipstick, I'm gonna use MAC Fleshpot.
I'm not used to a lip like this on me. I love these lips on other people. The like dramatic dark liner with the like really pale lip, but like I feel weird. I think I'll use Sugar Baby from Huda Beauty.
And I apply this to the center of the lips. Lock the face in with your favorite setting mist.
So we're just not gonna put anything on our nose, I guess. I feel like I need to define my crease slightly to match it to hers a little bit. Mine's faded a little bit, so I'm just gonna add a bit more. That's better. I do have to say, considering how much makeup we have on, it looks pretty good. It does not look super, super cakey and heavy. I look full glam, don't get me wrong, I look full coverage, but I honestly thought I'd have so much more like pilling, cakey spots, all of that, but For the most part, it looks very, very smooth on my face. Here's a bit of a zoom in. My lips feel a bit gluggy, probably because, you know, expired lipstick and all. I do quite like the technique of the blush before the concealer. I feel like I will do that again. There are some things I wouldn't do again, like putting powder over the blush before putting more blush on. And these days I honestly just don't feel like I need to powder down my base before going with the eyeshadow on top. Like, yes, it makes the base a bit more flawless, but it feels more uncomfortable for me because it just dries me out too much. I am surprised at how good my under eyes still look. The lip is very jarring to me right now, and I do feel like I would prefer a little bit of bronzer on my nose, so I'm gonna go ahead and add some. I know some people hate when I do my bronzer nose, but I love it. And I'm gonna go in with my highlighter if I can find it, and I'm gonna just go in with a little bit on the tip and like on the arch a little. I like the placement of the blush actually. I just feel like less would be more me. For a different kind of look, I feel like it's cute. I do feel like my makeup looks similar to how I normally do it. Just more like elevated, definitely more like Insta baddie. Yeah, I think I do like it. Let me know whose makeup look you want me to recreate next. Are there any makeup artist looks you want to see me do? Or perhaps something a bit more outrageous? Someone that does something super dramatic or like colorful? I don't know, let me know. One of my next videos is gonna be my color series because I am itching, itching to do it. I cannot wait. The more I look at this makeup look, I don't know, I feel cute. Let me know your thoughts and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!